Fannie Green, and I'm with the For You Network, which is an all business women network where we kind of like reach out and help women of all needs. And we also give scholarships out if you want to go back to school and then start your own business or just an educational need. Um, I had a little small, probably disability that I was very, very shy. And then from joining the For You Network, and I was took coaching classes, and that helped brought me out of my disability because I had to stand up in front of everyone in the class in order to speak on from my heart of whatever that I wanted to speak on. And now my co-director said that we can't shut you up because now you learn how to come out of your shell. And I kind of like come out of it, you might say, my cocoon and stuff. So I've kind of like blossomed like a beautiful butterfly. And I'm kind of like working with a lot of other people that's kind of like shy, and then give them a little experience of what I went through in order to overcome your shyness and stuff. And I think that what the student probably need today is someone as a mentor or someone to guide them and how to go along in the world today, because a lot of young people need a person that's going to share their experience in the workforce. I just kind of like retired from the kind of clicking recorders, and so that from For Your Network is kind of like getting to be a mentor to someone that you want to be a mentor to, kind of like bring them along and give them skill in the workforce and teach them how to go about and getting them a job, and most of all going to school and get them a good education in order to get into the workforce of the day. So there's a lot of stuff that you can do. I'm planning on going around to schools and stuff and then working with younger kids in kind of like grade school and kind of like teach them what the main thing, what they have to look forward to when they kind of like get up out of high school and see what kind of education they want to get into. If they want to be a doctor, you're going to have to kind of like get good grades in order to become a good doctor or whatever that you want to do in this time of world, because there's a need for younger people now to take over the older generation, and the older generation is going to have to kind of like take you, I wouldn't say necessarily by the hand to guide you, but give you good advice in whatever that you want to do with your life, and that we can kind of like give you some pointers. My group For Your Network, we have different kind of women in there that would help a lot of young people to kind of like achieve their goals and stuff and whatever they want to go into. Because I know that now, since that I'm retired, it's not, I'm not just sitting around doing nothing. I'm out there, in which I just got through working with the governor's conference with Marie Shriver, and that I met a lot of people that kind of like helped me along in my adventure of seeing what that I want to do the rest of my life, and and I've got about 2 or 3 mentors that kind of like helped me to kind of to do or get into another phase of my life. And I also belongs to the Optimist Club. With my husband and I started the game for the handicap. So that way we are working with young people that you might say that people has forgotten and that really doesn't want to work with, because they think, oh, they got this kind of handicap and why work with them. But that's not true. You need to kind of like get out there and work with them, and because they need enjoyment and learn, and they can learn something, from you, even if they want to go out and get a job. And that way you're going to kind of like say, hey, we can send you here to this school where they train and teach you how to get out in the public world. And then, because I know that a lot of them that had this disability, now they're working in grocery stores or either clerks behind a department store, or I've had some that work alongside me. And I had one young man that had a disability that had cerebral palsy and polio mixed together. And unfortunately, a lot of my coworkers didn't want to work with him because he had this disability. And he and I got very close, but he would have these seizures every once in a while. And he says, I don't want anyone to touch me but you, because you understand me more than they do. And I had a brother that had polio, um, which just passed away not too long ago. And that made me understand a lot about disabled, that because he was in a wheelchair ever since he was a small kid and stuff. So that kind of like whenever I see someone, I'm always kind of like run and say, do you need help or whatever? And they said, no, I can do it myself, and that makes me feel good that I know that we or someone has gone and worked with them to help them and show that they can do it for themselves, and that if no one's around, that they can do it themselves. And of course, we have a lot of people that has a handicap that drive or whatever. But I think in this world today that we're going to have to kind of like get out and work with people with disabled and teach them what to do and everything.